Jim Nailon, liturgical guitarist. I'm going to share with you my little arrangement of Sing of Mary, or the tune Pleading Savior. I'll play through it first. Now on the sheet music there, I actually have that last chord. I'm going to, but I don't think I ever play it that way. So you'd, that's a full a D chord that gets the F sharp in there on the fourth string, fourth fret with your third finger. So you got to get the bass, D bass down here on the fifth fret of the fifth string with your little finger. Anyway, ignore that. This is a pretty easy piece. It's got one phrase that you repeat, and then you do it again at the end, and then a little, the third phrase is different. The reason I've always liked the little melody, but when I do this, I usually do a little two-song medley. Especially if it's a Marian holiday, I will do this along with Immaculate Mary, and I'll show you how to do that at the end. But let's go through this quickly first. The riff that I'm doing here, I do that a lot. It's one of my favorite little riffs on a D chord. It's just part of, one of the basics of the building blocks of how I play, and I love the key of D. So from the top, D, little hammer-on trill, and then G. Use the second finger on the bass. Everything else is open. Then the D, and then back to that D, and then hit the second string. Pluck the second string with your third fingers here on the third fret of the second string. So, and as soon as you hit it, you slide it up to the from the third fret to the seventh fret, and then you pluck. And then you put your first finger down here on the fifth fret of the first string. So you're going, and and then you slide right back down to the D, full D chord. So I do a lot of movement, especially in D, if I need to get into these notes here, from this position to this position. I hope to get up I Receive the Living God fairly soon, and if you get this little skill down, if it's new to you, that'll help in learning I Receive the Living God, because I'm up and down the neck a lot, sliding on things. So this first phrase again. Here's that slide, and right back to D, and then A, and then so that's the first phrase. Second phrase, exactly repeat. So since you're playing the same thing over and over again, I often use a little classical technique where my right hand will go from over the sound hole down to let's see, near the bridge. In classical guitar, they call that metallico. So you get this tone here. a little more brittle sound. That's what metallic go. Anyway, you get more separation of tone on a nylon guitar, nylon string guitar, or classical guitar than you would on a steel string, but you can still pull that off to some extent. Then the middle bridge, middle phrase. So now you're up here on this D chord here, just these thirds. First finger on the 5th string, third finger on the, or 5th fret of the 1st string, third finger on the 7th fret of the 2nd string. Let's see where, and the open D bass. And then here you have your 2nd finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. So, and then you go up to this, what's a G chord, and then back down. So on this one, you're just playing the 2nd finger on the 7th fret of the 1st string and your 3rd finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. Those are musical intervals called a third. And then you play the third here on the 2nd and 3rd strings on the 7th fret. And then you go down, bring your 2nd finger down to the 6th fret and put your 1st finger on the 5th fret. And then again. And then you play this A, it's kind of an open A chord here. I'm playing the open A 5th string bass. And then I have my 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string, 2nd finger on the 6th fret of the 3rd string, 1st finger here on the 2nd fret, or 5th fret of the 2nd string, and then playing the open 1st string. So open, 1st, or 5th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret, and open bass. And you give it a little vibrato there, let that ring, and then you're back to the tone on that chord, but it's a little trickier to grab that. Now, if I was doing this with Immaculate Mary, I would play Immaculate Mary first. I think this is the first lesson I put up. Right into this one. Back into Immaculate Mary. So what I did coming off the end of the Sing of Mary was I played my D chord this way, and then I bring my 1st and 2nd fingers over and I turn, so I'm playing a G7, and I'm playing the melody on the 2nd string, and then the open 1st string, then that, and then you're right into the Immaculate Mary. So that's a little medley you can add there, especially on those Marian feast days, and it'll be very appropriate. That's all I have on this piece, and I'll look for more arrangements on liturgicalguitarist.com. I pray God blesses your playing, and I wish you peace.